Record. All right, welcome to the call, everyone. Very excited to see everybody. January 26th of 2026. We are literally just 1 month away from all of us physically getting together in Long Beach, California, which we're really excited about. It's going to be a great event, and I can't really wait to see everyone. As many of you know, I was in Korea last week, and I was in Korea the week before. In between doing events in Hong Kong and Japan and Malaysia. But both of the trips, a lot of most good portion of the time that we were spending with Chairman An and Mr. Huang, as well as the many of the departments, were related to what's coming in 2026. And I could truly say we are so excited about what is being prepared for 2026. There are many, many things that is being announced in Long Beach, and it's going to elevate our business, our opportunity, our product, and our positioning and our messaging, as well as the trainings and the programs that we are establishing this year in 2026 to make everybody's opportunity even stronger, to advance and sustain the momentum that all of us have created in 2025. It's going to Long Beach Convention is going to do just that. So we're very excited and grateful and super happy about what we're preparing for Long Beach event, and it's going to be fun. So can't wait to see everybody in Long Beach. It's going to be awesome. Now, with that, I want to go over a couple business items first, and after that, let's see here. We have a couple business items we want to go over and a couple training thoughts that we want to share, as well as some of the announcements. Now, first of all, as many of you probably saw it in the team leader and the director chat, there will be promotion starting today at 12 o'clock. It's a Valentine's Day promotion, and with Romantic Radiance promotion, there are three different bundles. Kiss Me Collagen Bundle, there's Romance Your Ritual Bundle, and Be Mine Beauty Bundle. And we want to make sure that we're using the flyer that was updated on Friday, not the original one. Make sure you're using the correct one. There was a little bit of a modification compared to the first one. So just double check and make sure that you're using the same one as the most recent updated one on Friday. So these are three incredible promotions. I think these are perfect opportunity to introduce our products to new customers and new partners that have never really maybe experienced our products outside of maybe their core product that they were using. There are many, many people in our network, in your customer base, in your team, that have maybe tried our booster and serum and cream, but they never maybe tried a collagen drink, or maybe they tried our, booster serum and cream and our essential, but maybe they never tried our makeup line, right? Anytime we have a special promotion like this, it's a great opportunity and great engagement for us to have the conversation, either for them to purchase and use, or for them to purchase and try, or for them to purchase it as a gift for some of their special Valentine gifts that they want to make for their loved ones. Whatever the case may be, I think having a promotion like this, it really helps people to be able to try new products, as well as people that are absolute fans of our products. It gives them an opportunity to get more products at a bundle, special packaging with price and the free gifts. That makes the opportunity of purchasing better. So the promotion is going to start today at 12 p.m. Pacific time, until the end of the month on the 31st. at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. So let's take full advantage of the promotion. The promotion is going to give us an opportunity to create great momentum around it next 5 days of time, giving everybody a chance to close the month of January strong. Obviously, we all have partners right now trying to be a team leader by at the end of the month, so they could get recognized properly and make sure they have enough time to have a opportunity to get paid as a team leader in the month of February, which is the convention month, which usually is anytime we have a convention month, the growth and the volume and the momentum of that month is, it's much greater than the month prior. So with February convention, with the February 28th, last day of the month being Saturday, which is the day that we will be announcing all the big announcements, as well as the convention packages, and so many opportunities of volume that's going to happen on January and on February 28th. Obviously, your partners, your leaders that are working hard right now, it will be much better for them if they're a team leader by at the end of this month. So they're in position to not just get recognition, not just to participate in Friday night leadership party, but also to be in position to earn as a team leader for the volume that's going to happen in Long Beach when the announcements are made on February 28th. I could guarantee that February 28th, the convention day, the convention main day on Saturday when the announcements are made, I could guarantee that some of us are going to experience a single largest volume generating activities happening that day because of some of the announcements that's going to happen on that day. I wish I could tell you what it is right now. I can't. But I could tell you there are many exciting things that's happening that people, when they find out about it on February 28th, and when they find out that they could access it, on February 28th, they're gonna go crazy. So you want to help as many leaders in your team as possible to be in that team leader position, to capitalize on that, to get paid for that on what's going to happen in Long Beach with all the exciting, all the activities that's going to happen. And of course, to do that, they got to meet the team leader requirement in next 5 days by January 31st. So let's help as many leaders as possible to use this promotion, use the close of January, use the month, and to become a team leader so they could be in position to win big next month. Now, this coming Wednesday, we have a very special call. This is something that we're really, really excited about because we are literally just 1 month away, from having convention in Long Beach. We want to give everybody the right expectation, and we want to also give everybody, what to expect and really give some, preview of what is going to happen at the event so everybody fully understands what's happening in Long Beach, how to maximize Long Beach, and how to prepare for Long Beach, and to really have some tools and some ideas and stories to share to promote Long Beach Convention with their team even more effectively. So this coming Wednesday, we want to encourage you to invite everybody in your team to join us on that call live this coming Wednesday, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to be hearing from many of the leaders that are going to be speaking at the event, and we're going to be sharing some of the preview information to really help everybody see the value and help everybody see the vision and help everybody prepare for the event. And more, better you prepare for this event, better you're going to be in position to win big time in 2026. So make sure that you have the information, Zoom ID 929-6777-9582. It's 5 p.m. this coming Wednesday, Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Let's make sure that we're getting everybody in our team possible to join us on this coming Wednesday call. Now, today I want to talk to you about a couple of training ideas and topics that I got to figure out a way with this Mac computer to disable the disable the waiting room as soon as we start the call. I knew how to do that on PC. I'm having a hard time doing that on Mac because it's very distracting. I'm literally admitting people every few seconds. I'm sure there's a way to do it. Today I'm gonna go figure it out after the call. All right, so um, today I want to talk to you a couple training ideas that I really want to speak to all of you to make sure that you are um, preparing yourself, most importantly, but also, effectively preparing your team in the with have by having right conversations between now until at the end of the month, as well as between now until the convention. And to do that, I want to share a couple stories and a couple thoughts to think about that I believe that is going to help every single one of you. Um, I think many of you know the go to participation option at the bottom. Um, yes. Yeah, exactly. Usually that's what I'm able to do on the PC, but for some reason I don't have that popping up here, and that's what's tripping me out. I apologize. But I think many of you know my story. When I got started in the when I got started in the industry, I didn't have great success in the beginning. I think a lot of you have heard me talk about how I got started in the industry. Literally, first day, I invited a friend because I was excited. Next day, my friend came. She joined, but the day after, her parents made her cancel because we're all young at the time. And it literally took me 9.5 months, until I was able to recruit my next person. And, it took me 10 months to get my first commission in my career, which was $58, after being in the business for 10 months of time. If you ask me, I was probably the worst person in getting people to events because I was an event goer. If there was a call, if there was an event, there was a live event. If it was in California, it was out of town. It didn't matter. I went every time there was an opportunity to. But bringing somebody with me was something that was very challenging for me, and I was not very good at. And one day, one day I was listening to Jim Rohn's audio and in his program called Challenge to Succeed. In later part of the program, he talked about a word that is one of the most negative words in English vocabulary, but that has one of the most powerful positive impacts in people's lives. And the word was disgust. He said when you're disgusted, it's a negative emotion, it's a negative word, but it has a positive impact when you come to a point one day when you say, enough is enough, and I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I'm not okay. I've accepted it before, but I am not okay with me performing at the level or being at the level that I am at now. And as I was listening to that, even though I've heard it many times, I think it just hit me differently that day when I was listening. And something just, something has awakened where I said, you know what, I'm not gonna anything that was holding me back, anything I was hesitating, anything that was getting me to make excuses or justify or with the literally justify why I can't take certain actions, why I can achieve certain results. I just said enough is enough, and I would say that even though I joined 10 months prior, I would say that my entrepreneurship journey officially started that day, literally 9.5 months after I've actually joined and started the business. And I wouldn't say it was the only time. I would say that I had several aha moments like that in my career where I was disgusted and I had an aha moment, epiphany, or whatever we want to call it, a breakthrough moment where I said, you know what? Enough is enough. Today's a new day. I'm going to start fresh today. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things about our business is we all have the ability to start fresh any day we choose to. It's just like starting any good habits. It's just like starting any good anything. I mean, if someone could want to, they've been procrastinating about learning a sport or maybe, exercising or eating healthy or cutting out bad habits like, smoking or, maybe heavy consumption of sugar or whatever it may be. Somebody could have thought about it for months, if not years, but if something's going to happen, it doesn't happen little by little. It's if something's going to happen, there comes to a point where one day they said enough is enough. I'm going to start fresh, and they make dramatic change, and that becomes the first day of new habits, or first day of cutting out bad habits, first day of exercising, first day of eating healthy, first day of being in phase one, first day of making a commitment to do things daily and be consistent, or first day of, really diving into personal development or whatever it may be. And that was one of those days for me. That was the first day for me, the first time I've experienced where I said, I'm starting new. Today's a new day. It doesn't matter what has happened, what hasn't happened in the past. I'm going to create the results I want starting today. And I completely started with new attitude and new mindset and new activities that day. And everything changed for me since then. Some of you guys know the story. I was able to build my first organization, and I went from literally 9.5 months of not having anybody to having 5 people at the next event, which was a big deal. And I was stuck. And after that, I was stuck between 5 to 10 people for several months. And I had another breakthrough that, I can't create and stop. I got to create and understand that what got you there won't keep you there. You got to do what got you there repeatedly, consistently, so it could compound and get bigger. And when I had that second breakthrough moment, is when I literally went from 6 months of 5 to 10 people only showing up to literally in less than 3.5 weeks of time having 300 people at an event that I was having my first big event at a venue at the Rio Hotel. 300 people in a room, which felt like a million people, when I was just getting started in the journey of, understanding, promoting events and understanding how to have breakthroughs like that. And that's how my understanding of event promotion, importance of event promotion, and how to prepare for event, how to maximize the event, and how to help people to win through the event, and how to navigate and help them to, have a breakthrough at the event to really come out, 2 times, 5 times, 10 times growing than prior to the event, coming out of the event. Those activities happen through those experiences. And after, after a couple of years of being in this profession is when I had the opportunity to start a business with Mr. Tim Herr, and there was a convention. Some of you heard me talk about this story. I'm going to share with you today because with us being 1 month prior to the event, I think if you could really pay attention right now and get what I'm talking about and make up your mind to apply a similar approach in your business between now until Long Beach, I really believe that you could have an incredible breakthrough that will change everything for you and upgrade everything for you in your business in next 30 days of time. I joined that business February 16th. So, many years ago, February 16th, there was a convention happening literally February 24th, which was just 8 days after I've joined the business. So there wasn't much time, there wasn't much time. There wasn't a lot of time. And my initial response when they told me about the convention, because I lived in Las Vegas and most of my team at the time was in Las Vegas, and the convention was going to be in Dallas, Texas. My initial response, and they told me that they have another convention coming up in 3 months after that, 3.5 months after that in June. So my initial response was, It's too last minute. There's only 8 days left. We just started the business. All of us actually just spent money to buy products, and we just joined the business and spent all the money we had. Conventions in 8 days. There's another one coming up in 3.5 months of time. Let us prepare it. Let us prepare well, and let's bring a great group to the next event in 3.5 months from now. That was my original response. That was my original dominant thought, and I didn't want to change the thought. But after having conversation with Mr. Timmer and some of the leaders, they helped me to change my mind. And by helping me to change my mind, I said, "Hey, we still have 8 days," and that's when I understood that it's not a lot of time, but it's enough time. It's not a lot of time. It's not a lot of time, but it's enough time if someone makes up their mind to do something about it. And I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to change my mindset. I'm going to give my absolute best, and I'm going to do something I've never done before. I've never promoted the event, at that speed, with that intensity, ever in my career. So, but I've never done it. But if I want to achieve results in life that I've never achieved before, maybe it's time that I start new, start fresh with new mindset and new attitude and new activities and new game plan and do something I haven't ever done before. And there was another one of those moments and had a breakthrough moment. And I said, today's a new day. I'm going to approach it different than how I've ever done it in the past couple of years. And me and six of my core leaders at the time, my friends, we said, you know what, we're going to do this. We're gonna make a list of everybody we possibly know. Doesn't matter if they know about the business or not. It doesn't matter if we already approached the business or not. We're gonna take the process. We're gonna take the steps of conversation. We're gonna tell them about the business, and we're gonna invite them to go to this convention with us. And if they say yes to the business, we get them involved, help them to build a team, and we encourage them. And we wrote out a scenario. Here's only scenarios that could happen. We talk to them about the business. They say yes. If they say yes, we get them enrolled in the business, help them to set up some in Riman world, K-pop-ups, some presentations so they could start building a team. And if they say yes to the business, let's get them to commit to getting promoted before the convention in the next 8 days and get them promoted on stage at the convention so they could have a great launch of their business. So that was the first scenario. They say yes, let's get them in and help them to set a goal to get promoted by the convention. If they say maybe, second scenario, if they say maybe, let's ask them to come to the convention. Let's ask them to come to the convention and maybe bring a one or two person, one or two people with them and make the decision. Make the decision after the convention. That was the second scenario. If they said maybe come to the convention and decide, or maybe bring one or two friends with you so you could decide together at the convention because that's where you could get 100% of the idea and we're going to have a great time. What if they say no? If they say no to the opportunity, here's two scenarios. I understand that your answer is no now, and you don't see the opportunity now. However, you know what? What if you just spend a couple of days with me? Let's travel together. Let's have a couple of days of great time in Dallas. I'm at the convention, and you could say completely no, and we will not have any further discussion. But you know what? Just to make sure that you're making the right decision, let's just go have a trip to Texas, and you could decide after. And if you say no after the convention, you and I will never talk about this topic ever again. But I think it's worth investing a couple of days. It's going to be a great time. I think we should go. And if they still said no, then the scenario was, okay, I understand it's not for you. You don't want to go. You don't want to be part of it. But who do you know? Who do you know that may be open to something like this? It's an exciting business. We're expanding. Who do you know that may be open to having building business from home, being part of a growing business, or having control of their finances, being whatever you're used to saying. Who do you know? When someone says no, I'm saying who do you know? So it's pretty much three scenarios, with the third scenario turning into two more scenarios, where it's just four different scenarios. We literally just went through, okay, here's the only, they're going to say yes or maybe or no, and here's what we're going to say. We made it very clear, and we made a list between me and six of my friends. We literally made a list of about 600 people that we could contact. And we said, you know what, we're not going to waste time. Anything we could do now, we're not going to procrastinate. You know, a lot of times that's what happens, right? We make a list of 50 people, we make a list of 100 people, we make a list of, 1,000 people or whatever it may be, but we only talk to one person at a time. We only talk to a couple people at a time. And even though we made a list of 50 people or 100 people or 1,000 people, we may only talk to one or two or five or 10, and we stop until we see what happens with them first, before we continue to the next set of the list. And that's normal. And that's what most people do. And that's what I used to do, except for that day on February 16th, we said, you know what, we're gonna go all out, and we're gonna go. We're not gonna procrastinate. We're gonna literally talk to everybody on the list until we finish. And we didn't stop after one or five or 10. We just literally contacted everybody nonstop until we literally spoke to everyone. And each of the conversations, especially having a clear plan of what to say, what direction to take when they say yes or maybe, or when they say no, having those four scenarios very clearly planned out and going into the conversation with the clear direction on what we were going to do in the conversation. Most of the conversations were less than 5 minutes. And because of it, we were able to speak to almost 600 plus people in just a few days of time. And with that, I would say our percentage of success ratio wasn't high. We didn't get 100% of the people we spoke to there. We didn't even get half of the people we spoke to there. However, we did get almost 15% of the people we spoke to at least come to the event. And we ended up having, 84 people there at the event. And honestly, that was the launch of my business for me. And that changed the game for me. And it did several things for me, actually. Number one, yes, I was able to have 84 people at my first convention in that business. That even though I was brand new, I was able to go with 84 people. And 84 people, I mean, everybody that went to the convention with me, most of you here have been to a convention. It's the first convention experience when you went to Riman convention. I mean, it does something in you. You see vision differently. Your confidence changes. Your belief, it's something that you cannot create, without going to the convention. It doesn't matter if you're participating in 1,000 Zoom events or 1,000 K-pop-up events. The belief and the vision and the confidence and the excitement and certainty and the trainings and the feeling, just the feeling of being surrounded by thousands of like-minded people and being in the same room, in the same presence, and sharing the same vibe and energy and the confidence, which I really believe that confidence is one of those emotions and emotions and energy that pumps out from people when you're next to a confident person, or when you're in the middle of group of confident people. They don't even have to say anything. I mean, you've experienced it in your life. They don't even have to say anything. You could literally be in the same room with them and you feel it. So it literally, even though you can't physically see it, the subconscious confidence pumping and the belief pumping and the the knowledge and just the success, emotion and the energy that is just full in that convention center, in the room, sitting next to them, being in the same room with them. It's something that is almost hard to put in words, right? It's not tangible, but it is almost tangible. And we all experienced that. Well, for me, that 84 people that went to convention with me, we all felt it together. We all felt it together, and we were absolutely on fire. When we, at the convention, activities were completely different. It changed. and our mindset, our attitude, our priorities. We have the business here, with after all these things, but our priorities have completely changed, and our everything have changed. And so through that, literally coming out of the event, my initial goal in the business when I was starting that I wanted to achieve within 6 to 12 months, we were able to achieve in literally 30 days. My initial goal, what I wanted, let me say it again. My initial goal, what I wanted to achieve in the business when I was starting the business in 6 to 12 months. And if I achieved those goals in 6 to 12 months, I would have been happy. I was been very satisfied. But instead of it happening in 6 to 12 months, because 84 people went to the convention with me, it literally happened in less than 30 days. And what has happened that year, what I got to experience for the very first time, the level of success that I got to experience was just absolutely phenomenal. So I was saying a few minutes ago that the convention did several things for me. Yes, one, it created success for me. Yes, the convention got my team fired up. But you know what it really did for me is it taught me that 8 days, even though it seemed like it wasn't enough time, it seemed like it wasn't a lot of time. I really realized that it was definitely enough time. And many times that when we think it's impossible to get something done in such a short amount of time, I realize that it is possible, and only limitation that we truly have is the one we put on ourselves. And 8 days is plenty of time. It's 8 days is plenty of time to absolutely create miracles happen in business and in life. 30 days is absolutely plenty of time for someone to change everything in their lives, 180 degrees. It is possible for that's another thing that I've learned from that experience is that some things that people been wanting to achieve in for maybe last 1 year they've been working on it. Maybe they've been working on something for the last 5 years and they haven't been able to achieve. Maybe some of you here right now, you've been a team leader for maybe 6 months of time. Maybe some of you have been a team leader for 1 year of time. Maybe some of you have been a team leader for 2 years of time. Maybe you're one of our founding members and you've been a team leader for almost 3 years of time. And you've been wanting to have that breakthrough. Maybe you've been wanting to, have that 10x momentum. You've been wanting to become a director. Maybe you've been wanting to become national director. The things that you wrote down in your journal or maybe in your phone, you typed in of the goals that you have set that you wanted to achieve in Riman Opportunity. Maybe you've been at it and you've been after it. You've been taking actions, but maybe it hasn't happened yet. And maybe we got in the routine and we got into rhythm of, just going through the motions, doing similar things and doing the same things every day and every week and every month. You're still being consistent, yet you haven't had that breakthrough yet. I just want to let you know that it is possible. Just like I've experienced that multiple times in my career, it is possible for you to have things happen in literally in 5 days that you couldn't do last 10 months of time. It is possible to literally change everything in 30 days that you couldn't have accomplished in 3 years of time. Matter of fact, some people, it's possible in 30 days they could break through and achieve things and start doing things and start getting results in areas that they haven't been able to get in last 10, 20 years of time. It is possible, but for those things to happen, you need a major event. Major event. The reason major event helps you to have those is because it's not a moving target. It's a clear deadline. It's a clear time schedule of a guaranteed environment that when you try to have a breakthrough like that on your own, you become flexible. You said, hey, I want to do this by end of February or end of January. But there's no major event attached to it. Then well, maybe I tried to do it in January, but subconsciously, if I don't do it, I could still do it in February and that's still acceptable. But when there is a major event like this, that you can change the schedule, you can't change the time. And there's a major event like this that the environment and the impact is guaranteed. It's certain. It's not, it may happen, it may not happen. Like event is happening. The impact that people are going to get when they go to the event, it is guaranteed. The environment that's going to be created at the event, it's guaranteed. It's a set thing. It's non-debatable. It's not changeable. It's a set thing. So when there is a set major event like this that you're not creating, but it is being created for you to take advantage of, it is the best opportunity and the most powerful opportunity for you to leverage that to create a breakthrough, epiphany, aha moment, life-changing, um, a moment in your life. Does that make sense to you? And this convention, I want to encourage all of you to let this convention, which we have a full month left. We have more than 30 days left. This convention, I want to encourage you to use this convention to experience what I'm just talking about right now. Maybe you've been to two, three, four conventions that we already had in Riman since we started the company in United States and Canada, in North America. Maybe you've been to one or two conventions already, and maybe in your mind you have a perceived idea of what convention is and what convention impact is. But I want you to understand that the convention, some people will come to convention, let's use practical numbers as a team leader. Some people will go to a convention doing maybe 10 or 20,000 SP per month and come out of the convention, maybe that month do 20, 30,000 SP, but a couple months later, go back down to 10 or 20,000 SP per month. Some team leaders will do that. But some team leaders will go to a convention, maybe doing 10, 20, 30,000 SP per month, and literally come out of the convention in 1 to 3 months after doing 100,000 SP per month, 200,000 SP per month, wrap up director, become director, and start doing six-figure SP per month in their business and creating massive success. Some people are going to have the same convention, but the impact depends on people is different. Well, so same convention, how can the impact could be different? Well, it's going to be determined by what mindset you prepare yourself to prior to the convention. And number two is how many people with right mindset you're bringing to the convention. Those two things are the main differential maker from the event to the impact that you're going to have from the convention. What mindset and what preparation you're doing before the convention, and how many people with the right mindset that you're going to prepare and bring with you to the convention. So yes, we got 33 days, right? We got 33 days um, before the convention. So about a month left. Maybe right now you have maybe 10 people committed to go with you to Long Beach. Maybe you got 20 people, maybe you got 30 people, you got 50, you got 100, or whatever the number may be. Whatever amount of people that you have committed to go to the convention with you right now, that's great. Okay. I want you to put that as a separate thing. Prior to January 26th, how many people that you have communicated with that have committed to go to convention with you? I want you to put that down as one number, okay? But I want you to put a new number. I want you to set a new number of new goal, not including the people that have already committed and that have already said yes, already booked their flights and hotel and already got the ticket, not including the ones that you already have. I want to encourage you to set new goals with new list and work on new group of people that are going to go to Long Beach Convention with you that you're going to work on in next 32 days of time. And if you do that in next 30, next 1 month of time, next 32, 33 days of time, I believe that every single one of us here right now, we're capable. We're absolutely capable of bringing 10 more, 20 more, 30 more, 50 more. Some of you, if you want to have a breakthrough like I did when I first made up my mind and I said enough is enough. I'm doing this and I'm not trying it. I'm not making excuses. I'm going all in and I'm doing this. And maybe some of you are going to have more than 100 people, not including the ones that you already have committed prior to January 26th, but brand new people that you're going to work with brand new phase one new lines and new legs and new guests, as well as people that have already committed, working with them to help them get new people. So separating the list, I believe that some of you here could make some decisions today and have more than 100 people, maybe even more, maybe more than 200. Some people are like, isn't 100 a lot? Well, it is. But if you break it down, it's 10 people bringing 10. Um, if you break it down, it's only getting 20 people to bring five. So is it possible? Yes, it's possible. Is it a lot of time? No, it's not a lot of time, but it is enough time. And I want to encourage you to tell yourself that, every day, every moment of the day for next 30 days, and see if you can make that happen. And if you do, and really understand that when you have a solid, non-changeable, not moving large event like this that you commit to. And I know it seems impossible now, but you commit to it because there is a power. It's so powerful. It's so powerful to commit to something you've never done. It's so powerful to commit to doing something that you didn't think it was possible for you to do. It's so powerful to think so big. There's a power in thinking big that you know that who you are today and how you do things today cannot get you there, and it forces you to improve, forces you to upgrade, forces you to change. It is so powerful. And I would love to see you have that experience. I would love to see you have that experience utilizing this Long Beach convention and because I know it will change your life more than the convention amount of people, more than the volume, more than the money you're going to make by you applying and going for something that seems impossible, and you give your absolute best and you change your mindset and your activities because of it. Um, and you experiencing that one time, guess what? You're going to do more. You're going to do more, and you're going to be able to upgrade your life and upgrade your business, and you're going to change the results constantly every time you just decide to, push the button. So I want to encourage all of you, since we have more than a month, which I believe is plenty, plenty, plenty of time, to give yourself a try. You got partners in your team that are senior managers right now. They've been talking about wanting to be team leader, wanting to be team leader. I want to I want to challenge you to have a conversation with them today, because we do have 26, 27, 28, 29th, 30th, 31st. We have almost 6 days left in the month of January. For them to position themselves as a team leader, to be in position to get paid as a team leader for February volume when the convention happens on February 28th, the announcements are happening and things are launching. For them to get paid as a team leader on that day, they got to get it done by January 31st. They got almost 6 days left. I want to challenge you to have one-on-one conversations with people in your team that have been talking to you about how much they want to become a team leader. I don't care if they haven't got it done and they've been in the business for 1 year of time. If they make up their mind and go for it in the next 6 days, it's possible for them to get it done. Many people, and it's not a talent, it's not a background, it's not resources, it's a commitment. Many people in Riman in last 2, 3 years of time have became a team leader in less than 6 days of time from the moment they decided that they want to become a team leader. Many people, of course, many people do it in 6 months, 3 months. But even if you talk to people that became a team leader 6 months after they joined, if you really dig deep and have a conversation, they had a moment, they had a day where they said, you know what? I'm getting this thing done no matter what. And from that day, it really was a 5 days, 10 days, or 20 days, or 30 days of focused effort. It didn't take them 6 months to get there. It just took them 5 months to make the decision to get there. And once they decided that I'm getting this done no matter what, it really did happen in days of time, not months of time. And we are capable. We are capable of, when you focus, to do more in 5, 6 days than more than you did in last 5, 6 months of time. And if you have senior managers that's been wanting to be team leader, they've been talking to you about it. I want to challenge you to have that conversation with them today, because they can. If you believe it, and if you could get them to believe it with you and commit with you, and you run with them next 5, 6 days, and you put building Riman and them becoming team leader become the top priority of your scheduling and your activities this week, I'm telling you, some of you will have brand new team leaders in the next 6 days of time. And I don't, in closing, I want you to experience this so bad, because once you experience this and once you master this and you apply it every time you choose to, every tier of success, every level of success, you're going to be able to decide when to, and you're going to be able to create it every single time. And over the weekend, I don't know, a lot of you guys watched Netflix Skyscraper. Did anybody watch Netflix Skyscraper that was live? It was insane. Saturday, 6 p.m., I think. 6 p.m. No, 5 p.m. Pacific, was it? Um, it was this guy, he's a climber, and he does like free solo climbing or whatever it's called, where you don't have a string or you don't have any safety gear. And he was climbing a building, one of the tallest buildings in the world, which is so surreal for me, because our office is walking distance. Our Taipei, Taiwan office is walking distance from this building called Taipei 101. So the hotel I stay is literally like right next door. And I see Taipei 101 almost like every month or two. So it was so real for me. And this guy, and I looked him up, he happens to be from here in Vegas. I want to search him and meet him and shake his hand. I mean, like, this guy was in Taipei, Taiwan, and he was climbing. Like, and I can't even believe Netflix, they broadcast it live. I mean, what if something bad happens, right? Like, millions of people around the world will see, a tragedy happen. But like, he climbed up this 101 stories high building. It's almost 1,700 feet high. 1,700 feet is almost one-third of a mile in distance. I mean, just walking that sounds tiring, but imagine climbing it up with no safety gear. And he did it. He did it. And he was standing on top of it, taking selfies and videos and having conversation. The whole thing was broadcasted. I started watching it 10 minutes in, and I could not stop watching it. Even though it was an hour and a half, I couldn't stop watching it as a respect. I mean, this guy is risking his life and everything he has to create this experience for everybody to watch and be part of. And I thought, wow, what an incredible. And he said something that was so powerful. He said, people are like, aren't you afraid? Aren't you afraid? I mean, his wife was right there, and he's got two little kids, and his wife was there watching, and she met him up, at the top. And he's like, yes, he didn't say he was not scared. He didn't say that fear doesn't kick in. He said fear is something that we face every moment. Like, every time he's afraid, every time the fear kicks in, but you learn to manage the fear. It doesn't stop him because of fear. He learned, and he has disciplined himself to manage his fear. And he said he still feels fear every time. I mean, I'm thinking to myself, this guy is the most incredible, powerful mindset of overcoming fear and doing the impossible, because he worked on it for years and years and years and years of time. And I'm sure he didn't start off at a 101-story building, right? He started something smaller, but stretching. He said in the beginning, he said, one day I want to climb up a free climb a skyscraper. And he finally did it. He finally did it. First time in history for anybody to do such a thing. And it happened. It seemed impossible, but he did it. It shows that it's possible. And human beings, when we put our mind to it and we commit to it, and it doesn't just, you don't just commit and just happens. No, you have to commit. You have to go through the process. You have to work on it. You have to discipline. You have to train. You have to work. You have to do the right activities, but it is possible. It is absolutely possible. And as I was watching that live, I thought to myself, if he could do that, we have no excuse. We have absolutely no excuse. We have absolutely no excuse on not overcoming and taking ourselves to the next level. And we're going to make it happen. And I want to see all of you get promoted to directors, senior directors, national directors in 2026. I want to see all of you. Doesn't matter how impossible it looks. I want to see all of you have 50 people, 100 people, 200 people, 500 people, 1,000 people at this event. And it doesn't matter how impossible it looks. How many ever people you have in your team that are wanting to be team leader, let's have that conversation. Let's run with them next 5, 6 days. Let's help them to get promoted to team leader. And let's help everybody to build a strong team between now and Long Beach. And let's let Long Beach be the event that changes many people's lives in your team. So we appreciate all of you spending your Monday morning with us. Let's have a great day, great week together this coming Wednesday. I will see you again at the Zoom event. It's going to be exciting. Let's have a great week, everyone. All right. God bless everyone. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.